I'm Lauren, that awkward plant girl. Welcome to my channel. It's so good to see you guys again. Make sure you subscribe if you're all about the planty awesomeness. Last week we went over hanging up some plants and making a place feel more jungly. Last week I chose to hang up all my Maranta right over here. Updates on that. One is even blooming right now, which is pretty fabulous. I'm super excited and I will definitely be showing you. But I also want to go over a bunch of other hanging plants, probably about 10 or 11 in total, that could have been put there instead that I did kind of, I ultimately decided to not, just because I wanted to see my Maranta hanging. They're a little bit more light heavy. But these are other plants that might enjoy being hung up, and I have hung up one since then that I want to show you and kind of update you on. And yeah, so if you're all about the planty awesomeness, definitely give a like and subscribe, and let's get into it today. Yay! Here we have this red veined Maranta from last week's episode. It's already pushing out new growth. And here we have the lemon lime Maranta, and it's beautiful flower. Check it out, guys. I'm trying to make it focus for you. But it is loving being hanging here in this bright light. Absolutely loving it. And that's the regular Rabbit Tracks Maranta back there. It's pushing out new growth like crazy too. Over here we have the Rabbit Tracks Maranta, variegated form though. And then here is my mother plant, my very first Maranta that started it all. And it's pushing out new growth like crazy. It's all coming out happy. This is a Pilea glauca. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but it hangs, it trails, its leaves are super thick and succulent like jade. And it loves indirect bright light and lots of water. Hoya carnosa compacta. This is just the standard form, but it's pushing out leaves like crazy. It's gonna look amazing as a trailing vining plant, and it loves bright light. It does not need to be watered that often, which is kind of nice if you're looking for that in a hanging plant. And it's just so cool to watch its leaves come out. It's definitely got a very unique shape. So definitely recommend this one if you're looking for a hanging plant. Heartleaf philodendron, they can get really big and bushy and they look absolutely fabulous trailing. And they even glitter in the light a little bit, which is just so cool. Next one is the philodendron micans. I had to take it down from its spot to show you, but it's pushing out so much new growth. It likes indirect bright light, not bright light. Doesn't require too much water. It'll let you know when it starts to curl a little bit and need some water. The leaves come in a bright red and then they get darker as they age, and they're velvety, which is just so cool. So, and then they have kind of these lemon lime looking stems. And it's just a lot of color to put in some type of a hanging basket as a hanging trailing plant. Trandescantia zebrina. I know this one's talked quite a lot about in the plant community currently. It actually glitters. All the silver bits there glitter. I'm trying to show you. I don't know if it'll pull up. There you go. You can kind of see, but it's got purples and greens and silvers, and it's definitely a statement hanging plant. This is the one that I just hung up and I wanted to update you on. It's loving this bright indirect light. This is Philodendron Brazil, another one I had to take down because it would be backlit if I left it hanging up for you guys. It's got like these creams and greens, and it's a heart leaf shape. It just looks so cool. The variegation will fade though if you don't give it enough light, so it definitely needs quite a bit of bright, I don't want to say direct light because it'll burn the leaves, but definitely as close to a window or grow light as possible to keep this variegation up. But it's pretty good. This one was given to me as a cutting, and it's pushed out a lot of new growth in the last couple of months. the older mature leaves have almost like a leopard print on the back, and you can see it a little bit with the lighter newer leaves. It is a really easy care plant. It doesn't need much water occasionally and some bright indirect light, and it's just so cool to watch. It'll trail and make flowers. It's nice. Hoya weyerii, it's a very, very unique structural shape. The leaves are very thick. I don't even want to say succulent, because succulent sometimes has a little bit of give. These guys never have a little bit of give. They feel almost cardboardy. I water this sparingly. This was cuttings that I bought, and they came damaged and with a little bit of issue, but we're working through it. It's not giving me any new growth yet, but we will get there. It's just really cool. It'll get some really neat sun stressing on it too if you put it in a hanging basket in the window. It just looks really neat if you get a chance. Peperomia angulata, I think I've talked about this one before. It's just a beautiful structural shape. It reminds me of a Hoya or a Dischidia because of the way it's shaped, and the venation on the leaves. It pushes out new growth like crazy. It repotted easily. It trails. I have nothing bad to say about this plant. Here it is in its original home, so you can see even when cluttered around other plants, it looks amazing. 10 out of 10, super easy care. Water when the leaves are flexible. Cannot recommend this enough. Here we have another Peperomia scandens. This one, if it doesn't get bright indirect light, it will revert back to a fully green leaf. But if you give it enough light, it will hang, it will trail, it will grow. The leaves come in smaller and then they get bigger as they age. It's got these little pops of pink on the stems, almost like a bamboo look at the nodes. Just a wonderful plant in general. Here we have a spider plant. This one is a variegated one. They put off babies like crazy. They get really big and bushy and look amazing in a hanging basket. They can definitely bring inexpensive variegated jungle vibes very easily for you. And they'll tolerate pretty much any conditions for the most part. Hot, a little colder, whatever. Love them. Here we have some creeping Jenny. This is just on my mantle. The lighting is terrible. It's an outdoor plant, but it vines and grows, and it's super easy care, easy maintenance, even indoors. Definitely give it a chance in a hanging basket. You will not regret it. Here we have my string of hearts variegated. I had to move it so I could show you. It's got pink backs, little heart shapes. The leaves come in tiny and then get bigger as they age. You can chop them and put them back in the top of the pot and make it more full, which is what I've done. I'll do a video on it, but beautiful plant, wonderful. Definitely would look cute in a trailing basket. And then here is the non-variegated string of hearts. I know it looks variegated. That is an anomaly. I'm not sure what happened there. It received the same light as the others, but just decided to go for some variegation right there. Doesn't have the pink, but again, very, very cool as a trailing hanging plant. So, easy care. Doesn't need much water. Hoya Crimson Queen, a classic, can never go wrong. Easy care. Needs bright light, definitely. My Scindapsus Trubii Moonlight. This is a new plant for me, but it's going to look amazing hanging and trailing once I get it up. It's just the lushness of the colors get me every time. Beautiful. And that's it for the video today, folks. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys learned a little bit. Thank you for kind of coming along on this little planty journey and checking out some plants with me. I really appreciate it. And don't forget to subscribe if you are interested in the next video, and we're going to talk about more plants as always. Make sure you comment down below. Let me know which plant was your favorite today and what plants you have currently hanging in your house, and if this kind of motivated and inspired you to kind of hang some of them up, get a little, a little bit of vertical space going on. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!